I try to give the dog back, but Bert has tucked her huge hands behind her back. I can't take care of a puppy. Since my mom died, I've had my hands full with an old house in a constant state of disrepair, and this mystery bookstore I inherited. I'm a chef who doesn't even read mysteries. I'm in so far over my head I'm drowning in my own soup pot here. Bert frowns.
But you read, right?
Of course, but I prefer happy romances, not whodunnits with dead bodies around every corner. They scare me.
I kinda like to be scared out of my wits.
Of course she does. And she is doing a fine job of scaring me too. No way can I add a dog to my already chaotic life. Gage, the single blonde lawyer sitting across from me, adds ever so helpfully, "And Sawyer's a landlord now, too." I throw a hand out toward Gage in a see-what-I-mean gesture that's falling on blind eyes and deaf ears. I hadn't noticed until now how large Bert's ears are, too. No matter how big, they aren't hearing my plea. The dog licks my chin, and I start to cave. Nope, doesn't matter how cute the pooch is. My head will explode if I add one more problem to my life. Please, Bert, you can keep the money, sell him to someone else. It'd be the most humane thing for the dog. He doesn't need a person on the edge of a mental breakdown for an owner. The little dog tucks his head under my chin and sighs. I think he already knows I'm practically a goner. I love all dogs. I just couldn't have one in my apartment back in Chicago. Bert holds up her mitt of a hand like a traffic cop.
I'm not going against your mom. I need my muchachas all lined up just like they are, thank you very much.
Bert turns and walks away. I call out, "I'm pretty sure you mean chakras." Then I look into a pair of soulful brown eyes begging me to keep him. Maybe my niece and nephew would want a dog? My sister could only kill me a little for giving the dog to the kids as a gift. How much trouble could a puppy be? Does he have a name? Bert stops and turns around.
Cooper. Now that I know you're a female, I get it. Your mom told me the whole story about you and the sheriff. It's a doozy, that's for sure.
Of course, Mom named the dog after Dylan Cooper. Real subtle, Mother. Bert is almost out the door when she calls out,
"There's some piddle pads in the bag, but he's due for a number 2 soon. Don't dally or your customers are going to be stepping in a pile of fun. Have a great day."
She disappears out the door. Gage is trying not to laugh, so I ask, "You knew about this, didn't you?" He can't hold back his grin any longer. "Yeah." He reaches out and pats Cooper. "I told Zoe it might not be a good idea, that you'd be overwhelmed as it is. Then she told me why she ordered the dog, knowing she wouldn't be here to meet him. I couldn't argue with her logic." I lay a kiss on top of Cooper's fluffy head, where there's a little white spot, too. My mother didn't have a logical bone in her body. Maybe, but she had a big heart. She needed to know you'd have someone who'd love you unconditionally, like she did. Oh, man! Mother's guilt and love are powerful things. Now I have no choice but to keep Cooper. Tears fill my eyes as I hug my new little dog tighter. I miss my mom so much. She could be the biggest matchmaking nut sometimes, but she loved me and my sister Megan. This is her way of telling me, again, to take Dylan back. But that is so not happening. Dylan's more of a dog than Cooper. Gage smiles while staring into my eyes as if searching for something. Then he says quietly, "I was wondering how you still felt about the sheriff. But are you afraid your muchachas might get out of sync if you don't listen to your mom?" Not in the least. Is Gage flirting with me? I'm so rusty at dating, I'm oblivious sometimes. Probably not. He's blonde, built, and handsome, and he'd never be interested in an average-looking brunette like me.